Hi, I'm Bo Magnussen, General Manager here at Magnussen Lexus of Fremont. I'm here with my service manager, Monte Munoz, who has been with Lexus for 22 years. He started as a kid. We want to tell you a little bit about the importance of checking your tire pressure and maintaining proper tire pressure. Monte was just at the Michelin Proving Grounds a little while back and learned more than you could imagine about the importance of the right tire and what a properly inflated tire and a properly worn tire, what's the difference. So Monte, how do you check tire pressure on your car's tires?
Well, if you're going to check tire pressure, first thing you want to do is you want to see what the proper tire inflation is for the vehicle. It's usually located right inside the driver's door, and the tire pressure will be stated on a label, and you'll always check your tire pressure is cold. On this particular vehicle, it's 33 psi cold.
So proper tire pressure, if your tires are underinflated, why is that bad?
Underinflation, you're going to have excessive wear on the outer edges of the tire, and you're not going to have an unsafe tire wear and proper handling.
What about if the tire's overinflated?
When it's overinflated, you tend to wear the center of the tire because it's actually bulging, and then you wear the center of the tire.
You had mentioned something about checking tire pressure when it's cold. So, you know, when a tire warms up, heat warms up and the tire inflates a little bit more. Sometimes you'll see your tire pressure light. It looks like two parentheses, kind of wiggly lines. In the morning you get in your car and that light is on in the dash, and then as you drive during the day, the light goes away. When it gets cold, the air shrinks a little bit, so that's typical to have that tire come on, the tire pressure warning light come on. So check your tire pressure. During the summer, you might check it at be one level, and then a few months later, if it's cold during the winter, you need to add some air.
Yeah.
How about tire tread depth? Tell us a little bit about how to check your tread depth on your tires. What's the different grooves? Why does even any of that stuff matter?
It matters because what the grooves do, not only do they have sipes in them which give you traction, but these are rain grooves. And as you go down the road, the tire is designed and engineered to actually push the water away from the tire. So that way you're not riding on top of the water's going away from it. So, tire, they say 230 seconds is the minimum tread depth. The tire needs to be replaced at 230 seconds. When you measure your tire, you want to measure it all the way across, because looking from the outside, it could look like your tire is great, but then when you turn the wheels, you can see that the inner edge may be, excessively worn, or the opposite, the outer edge may be.
So that's why you would rotate your tire so you don't have even tread wear. You don't want the insides always. You want to change them up, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
So what you would do, you take a tread depth gauge, and you come over to the tire, and you do it, and you measure each groove. Your main grooves. This one is actually about 830 seconds. 830 seconds and 830 seconds, even all the way across. Now be careful, there's some tread depth wear indicators, or wear bars they call them, that are positioned every so often on the tire. So you don't want to measure it on top of the wear bar, you want to measure it just off of the wear bar.
So the wear bar is a little like rise in the tire groove, and if it gets down close to that, that means the tires are like slicked, bald. That's not good. So what happens if your tires don't have proper tread, like stopping distances? How is it affected?
It is greatly affected. Say you're driving as wet surfaces. The difference between a properly worn tire and an overly worn tire could be 3 to 4 car lengths at 55 miles per hour.
Not 3 to 4 car lengths at 55 miles an hour. Panic situation on the freeway, especially in wet weather, but even if it's just a little slippery, a sticky tire is going to grab the road and stop you, keep you safe, keep your car from getting in an accident. You don't want to get in an accident. It's bad Carfax reports, the safety elements, the insurance goes up, everything like that. So don't put off getting new tires. What if you don't have a handy-dandy tire tread depth gauge? Well, like, who has that, right? What else could you measure with?
There's always been the penny gauge. So on a penny, they say if you stick the penny in the tread depth and you can see Abraham Lincoln's top of his head, then the vehicle tires are worn. So as this one, if you put it in, you cannot see the top of his head. But if you could, it'd be less than 230 seconds.
So a couple little tips. Also, we do recommend original equipment. So if your car comes with Michelin's or Dunlops, there's all kinds of different different tire kinds. of Michelin's and Dunlops too. So make sure that you have the right specific car. Lexus spends a lot of time and engineering dollars on getting the right tire for its car. So the ride quality can be greatly affected. If you buy a cheap, hard tire, maybe the same brand name, but it may be old or maybe not the right model for your exact car. So be careful when you're choosing tires. Don't just choose on price. My wife likes to say, buy nice, buy twice, but it will greatly affect the ride quality. So if you have any questions, give us a call. Our phone number is easy to remember, 1-800-NEW-LEXUS if you're in the Bay Area, or 510-657-6600 from anywhere. And ask for our service department, Monty himself, and answer any questions, or any of our trained service advisors would be more than happy to answer your questions. We're very competitive on pricing on our tires, so bring your car in for service here at Magnussen Lexus in the Fremont Auto Mall. Thanks, Monty.
Thank you.